Hello, lovely souls. Vanessa Simpson here. Ah, I'm so excited for everything. How are you all doing? I'd love to know how the spring equinox is so far treating you. If your shadows are really being ignited and transmuted into love, I really hope that for all of you. So if you're new to this group or you've been here for a while, what we're really, when you're working in the fifth dimension, which we're all ascending to and beyond, but the fifth dimension is the highest physical point of consciousness where when we're really working in the fifth dimension, we're really harnessing love and unconditional freedom and manifest quite quickly quickly in this life, which I know you all you all have dreams, you all have aspirations, you all are you're all wanting to align with how to live your most beautiful life, and that's what you're here to experience. And I find that when a lot of spiritual people in our community really don't take credit for this physical this physical life, like that we are here to experience it and enjoy it and have fun with it. But then when we get really caught up into spirituality and being a spirit, being a soul, we really just kind of discredit our physical reality and what we're here to experience. And that includes money, right? There's a lot of beliefs in the spiritual community around money, or that you shouldn't have money. Money is bad. It's the root of all evil. It's really big in our spiritual community. Please put a hands up if you agree. For a lot of people, it's huge. Not wanting to be financially abundant because it's like, oh, if I have too much money, then everyone else is going to be lacking, and it's a lacking mindset. But what God Source Creator wants for us is that live a beautiful life, but we need to surrender to our own process and to our higher power that is within you. You are an extension of that. You aren't separate from it. And so if God is abundant and Source is abundant, whatever word resonates with you, and we can see this in nature, there's an abundance of nature. There's so many trees, leaves, water, rain, sun. So you deserve to have an abundant, prosperous life. And so what I want to talk about today is, wrote it down because I can't see what exactly the quote that I put on this video, but are you struggling to get out of your head and into your heart? Can't seem to shake the shadows, and want to talk about the 3 mastery ways to bring more peace, love, joy into your present moment. This was what I just channeled today to serve you guys, tapping into auricular consciousness and how to best serve you all collectively where you are all on your journeys. And so in winter time, there's a lot of us that go through a dark night of the soul, or maybe you're going through it now, or it really depends. But winter, it usually we have this protective layer over us, and we're really facing our fears and our shadows and growing and expanding, getting uncomfortable. And so I want to talk about really how to harness more love, more joy, more freedom, more abundance in your field, because at the end of the day, it really matters where you're vibrating at, what your frequency is. And it affects your mind, it affects your emotions, your feelings, your reality, the people that you're attracting into your life. Everything is energy. It's all energy. So where are you vibrating at? How do you feel right now in this moment is so important to really find out, like, and you can tell this by how you're feeling right now. Are you excited? Are you joyful? Are you happy? Or are you mad? Are you frustrated, depressed, not happy? You're not satisfied. And so number one is becoming the witness. And so this part of ourselves that goes through a lot, gets hurt, feels blame, shame, resentment, guilt, resentment, jealousy, scarcity, fear. Don't ignore that part of yourself. Don't act like that part of yourself is not there and that it shouldn't be there. So the number one golden rule for living a prosperous, abundant, beautiful, fulfilling life is not arguing with reality, because when we argue with reality, we create suffering. Can you think of a time where, you're experiencing something and you just wish that it was different? You get your check in the mail and you thought you had more overtime, or you thought you made more money, but that didn't happen. So you get frustrated and angry and upset, and then you end up, causing yourself suffering. You're arguing with reality, because the reality of it is you have this check in your hand and it says, you only got $1,000 this week. And you're like, fuck, I thought I got, a couple more $100 than that. What the hell? Right? Then you create suffering for yourself, because you're like, I should have got more. I should have done this. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, type of stuff. And like, it's totally human. We all do it. It's okay. But to really harness love, freedom, success, joy in your field, you have to accept what is and know that everything is divinely happening for you. And when you have that in your beliefs, if you can believe that you are being divinely guided, that you are in alignment with your highest destiny, everything is happening just perfectly. If you can wrap your head around that, you will create a life of love. That's just, you are reprogramming your mind and your energy that this is what it is. It's like setting a standard. And where does the universe meet you? It meets you at your standards. Just like if you have a standard that, you'll put up with someone that abuses you and treats you like shit, then the universe is like, okay, then she's okay with this. He is okay with that. So here you go, and you get more of it. Until you really put your foot down, you're like, I don't want to put up with this anymore. It's the same thing with money too. You're making X amount of dollars per day, per hour, and you're okay with that. You're like, you know what, universe, I'm okay with making this much money per day, per week, per month, per year, whatever. Then that's where the universe will meet you. But if you make peace with where you're at and you want to up your standards, like, you know what, universe, I want to make 10 grand a month. I'm going to set that standard. And when we make a decision, we cut off all other opportunities. So then all of a sudden, like, maybe another job appears for you where you're making some more money, or you just got a business opportunity, or you just got a business idea. It opens up for you when you bring your standards up, that, you know what, I want to live a more fulfilling life. It's one thing to be okay, comfortable, happy where you're at, and you need to be grateful and happy with where you're at. But it's okay to want more for yourself. And that's where it gets really confusing in the spiritual community, because it's like, you got to be grateful for what you have, you got to be happy where you're at, and then that's it. Like, you shouldn't want more. But deep down, a lot of depression comes from knowing that you want more, that you're worth more, but not seeing how that can work, or feeling bad for it, feeling bad for wanting more for yourself. Because there is a lot of suffering in the world. There's a lot of lack. But guess what? There's a lot of happiness and love and joy and success and abundance in the world too. And so you get to choose your point of attraction. You get to choose what you want to focus on and what you want your life to be created around. That is your choice. And you don't need to judge people for having more, having less, and why that's the case. Everyone is in charge of what they want in their life. And if you are okay with making $2,000 a month and you're happy there. Even maybe like with your health, you're happy with where your health's at. You don't feel the need to work out and exercise. It's all about you and where you are happy at. That's what it comes down to. You need to be happy where you're at, and that doesn't, who cares if, for me, I feel like I am more aligned with exercising and working out. Like, that makes me feel good, that makes me happy, but it might not make you happy. You might not like it. That's fine. Just because everyone says like, oh yeah, you got to work out, it's really good for you, but what makes you happy? It's at the end of the day, like, you are the one that's creating and running your life, so you need to do what's in alignment with that, despite what anyone says. Do what makes you happy. If you want more money, don't feel bad for that. Because guess what? Money equals freedom, and money isn't bad. It's the person behind the money that gets the choice of what the hell they want to do with it. You can go buy some apples and give them to homeless people, or you can go buy a gun and shoot up a school. That is your choice. So it's not money that's bad. It is okay for you to want more for yourself. It is okay to want to better yourself and improve. Like, just because, you want to change your diet or start working out doesn't mean you're not happy with your body. And I've got this pressed upon me for a long time. That's like, why, Vanessa? Why do you want to do this? Like, why do you want to start fasting? Why do you want to start working out more? Why do you feel the need to do all these things? Like, you're fine where you're at, but it's like, it's not coming from a place of lack or displeasement. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm using it as if it's a word because I create my reality. Just not being happy, discontentment. It's coming from a place of just wanting to improve and wanting to up my standards and feel better about myself, because guess what? I'm in charge of my life. You're in charge of your life, and you get to choose how what you want to do with it. Right? So that's a little bit of rambling, but so number 1, 3 master ways to bring more peace, love, joy into your life. Just sort of explained a little bit, but being the witness. So what does it mean to be the witness, Vanessa? Well, so when this technique I have used in the past, but I just got reintroduced to it, and it's completely life altering. These are life altering ways. Seriously, if you apply them to your life, you will harness more love and peace and joy and abundance in your life. So when you're the witness, so that piece of yourself that is that piece of yourself that is hurt, feeling pain, suffering, being the witness. So it's literally like it's holding space for that part of yourself that is feeling hurt, that is feeling sad, frustrated, mad, angry, jealous. You hold space for that part of yourself, and it feels like this. So I'm here, I have my story of why I'm feeling this way, I'm experiencing the emotion, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to hold space for this part of myself that is experiencing this pain. And it's like a shift, and you like shift back and you move up is how it feels, because your higher self, it's like right here, it's like not culting you, like embracing you, and it's like right here. It's a little bit higher, and it's right behind you, in you, but it's like a slight movement up and down, and then it's embracing you, and you step into this place, and you're embracing this part of yourself with compassion, holding space with compassion and love and joy, and really hearing this part of yourself, because this part of yourself is hurt because he or she wants to be heard, wants to be noticed, wants to be felt, wants you to know how she feels. Whether it's like a certain person, you want your partner to know how you're feeling, that you're really feeling sad, mad, angry because they're not spending enough time with you or not doing this, that, and the other thing. Hold space for that part of you, that space of compassion, and that just you don't have to speak. Just hold space for that part of yourself, and just let the thoughts come. Let the feelings come, and eventually it alchemizes itself, because it's just your shadow that is coming up that wants to be heard and loved, and you're holding space of love and compassion, and it alchemizes itself. I practiced this yesterday and it was amazing. It was it was life-changing. It was life-changing. My girlfriend, Sky, which is an amazing worthiness coach, she took me through this process and it was freaking fabulous. And it's something that has been taught to me for a long time. I've known it for a long time since I started this journey of being the witness to your life, witnessing your thoughts. That's something that you probably hear often, but using it in that context where she took me through this process and it was fucking amazing. It was amazing. So I want you guys to try that. When you are in pain, you're depressed, you're sad, mad, hold space for that part of yourself. And you can say it like, I'm holding space for this part of myself that is feeling this anger and frustration. You get into that place and you hold that space for her or him. And eventually, like, the peace that comes, it just totally dissolves itself. The shadow just totally lets go. Extremely powerful, life-changing. Number 2, are my thoughts congruent with my higher self? So in that same space that, like I said, it feels like you're moving back and you're moving up. And you're holding space. So are my thoughts congruent with my higher self? You can ask yourself this. Be aware of your thoughts and what you're thinking. I know you all hear this all the time. Be aware, your thoughts create things. Like, be aware of what you're thinking about, right? Well, it's interesting when I'm working with a client, for example, I'll especially recently, just going through a lot of dark night of the soul, I'm hearing in the back of my head, like, some of these thoughts, like, I'm not sure if I'm capable of doing this. I'm not sure if I can do this. Maybe this isn't going to work out. I'm hearing this. I'm feeling it. And immediately I'm like, these thoughts are they're not in congruence with my higher self. So they're coming from this place of hurt, and it goes right with number 1, being the witness. So then you are able to witness yourself, witness these thoughts, and then asking the number 3, like, all these kind of go together, but number 3, what does my soul have to say about what I am thinking, experiencing, and feeling? So you guys, questions when you're working with your intuition, when you're developing your psychic abilities, activating your higher self, being in that space, that high vibrational space, questions are huge. They are huge. And it's a lot of what we go into in working with me one-on-one. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, go ahead and put in the comments, message me. We really work on developing your intuition, your psychic abilities, and mastering yourself, finding your purpose, and it's all about asking questions. What does a master do? A master holds space for that master within you to awaken. And asking this question, so being the witness, if your thoughts aren't really congruent, like, you can tell because they don't feel good. So then, what does my soul have to say about what I am thinking, experiencing, and feeling? Asking yourself this, so you can get to the bottom of where these are coming from. What does my soul have to say about what I'm thinking, feeling, sensing, hearing, tasting, touching? Okay, immediately for me, those thoughts yesterday was that it was coming from this little gremlin in the back of my mind. It was in my shadow that just didn't feel capable. Didn't feel capable, didn't feel worthy, didn't feel confident to be transcending lives. Because of whatever. But she wanted to be heard, so I allowed her to be heard. And holding that space of compassion and letting her know that it's okay, that she is absolutely capable of doing this work. Otherwise, you wouldn't be guided to be doing this work. And that's the thing too. If all of you have desires, there's a reason you have those desires. And if you haven't checked out my ebook on living your prosperous soul purpose, please check it out, because it's really about living in congruence with your soul, but your desires are in congruence with your soul. Like, you have certain desires that, you know, that feel good, that light you up, that get you excited. It's all for a reason. It's all for a reason. And when you actually take action on your passion, that was another download I got yesterday. Take action on your passion, take action on your goals and your aspirations and your desires. It lights you up. That's how you know you're living on your highest path, because you're doing what sets you up for this freedom. You know, you just feel freedom when you're doing it, whether you're traveling, you know, you're helping people. And I always say there's 3 areas where when these are in congruence with our soul, when we're aligned, we're growing, we're experiencing, and we're contributing. So what can you do? Write these 3 things down, these 3 categories. And, you know, this summer, how do you want to grow? How do you want to grow this summer? I mean, it's going to be freaking beautiful, hopefully. It will be beautiful. It's going to be sunny, it's going to be warm, you know, flowers, vacations, you know, heat, sun. How do you want to grow? And what experiences do you want to have? Do you want to travel somewhere you've never been before? Maybe you don't have a passport. Maybe you want to go get your passport, so you're opening those doors up to travel the world. Maybe start putting some money away, right? And then you can break these down of, like, what are the first steps to make these happen? And then how do I want to contribute? How do I want to contribute to the world this summer? Maybe you want to start a service-based business, a heart-centered service-based business. And if you do, I want to talk to you, because those are the people that my soul is guiding me to work with. People that want to build businesses around their gifts and their passions and share them with the world with confidence and empowerment. I love that. It's totally redefining what business is. You know, you guys, don't be scared of having a business. If you desire freedom, financial freedom, abundance, sharing your gifts with the world, helping lots of people, a business is a great way to do that. It is a great way to do that. And it's not something to be scared of, because then you get to create your own schedule. You get to create something organic, new, fresh, and build your dream around this. And it's, you know, we live in the age of information. So you can learn anything and everything online. That's not to say, like, you can't go to school or you shouldn't go to school and to get certifications. Absolutely, you know, education's amazing. I still get, and I'm always investing into myself. Always investing into myself with coaches, mentors. That's the way that I go, because it's more contoured to me and what I need, whereas school's a little bit different. But there are schools out there that offer, you know, metaphysical healing institutes, or there's the Merkaba Healing Institute that I'm a part of, that I'm a master teacher at. You know, look that up on Facebook, on the internet. It's a new school, new healing institute. So there's a lot of options for you guys, and I'm a intuitive soul purpose coach, working with people that want to find their gifts, find their mastery, and share them with the world. You know, really find your purpose. Find your purpose. And find a way to monetize that and share it with the world. Okay? So, I see you guys love this video. I'm so glad. I hope this helped you with where you're in, where you are currently in your life. Please let me know. If you're interested in working together, I'll put it down in the comments to schedule a free breakthrough call with me to break through those blocks, really get on the road to finding your passion, your purpose, and sharing it with the world together. And I'm more than honored and privileged to be serving you all. So I'm excited to talk to you guys and start this journey with all of you. May you all be blessed with love, abundance, and freedom. And thank you all so much.